A very common misconception is that destination weddings are a lot cheaper than hosting your wedding locally. Let's talk about a few other really important factors that you need to consider if you are trying to decide if a destination wedding is right for you. Hey bridal beauties, welcome back to my channel. I'm Kyle James, and today I am going to help you decide if a destination wedding is right for you. In today's video, I am going to cover all the factors that you need to consider if you are thinking about having a destination wedding. For some couples, it's incredible and amazing and perfect, but for some, it's just not the right choice. So if you are thinking about having a destination wedding, or you are for sure having a destination wedding, please give this video a thumbs up and let me know, and let's dive in. So the first factor in deciding whether you want to have a destination wedding is cost. Let's talk through this one through and kind of like get it out of the way, because for some reason this tends to be the number one factor that couples use in deciding whether they should have a destination wedding. There are some things that are cheaper when you have a destination wedding, but there actually are a lot of added costs that you wouldn't typically have if you were just to host your wedding locally. So first of all, you'll need to pay for your trip. So airfare, rental car, hotel, food, etc. You're basically paying for a vacation along with a wedding. At most resorts, you are also going to be paying the venue fee. You'll be paying for the food, the flowers, you'll still be buying a dress, etc. So you still have all of the normal wedding expenses. They might end up being a little bit cheaper because they are kind of like a package thing at most resorts. Also, the resort might give you a break in the cost of your like food and everything because a lot of your guests will be staying there. So that's typically why it seems like destination weddings are a lot cheaper, but you're just kind of transferring the costs over to your guests. And if that works for you, that's totally fine. For some couples, that actually makes a lot of sense to do. Also, another thing that makes destination weddings a little bit cheaper than a regular wedding is the fact that most of your guests probably won't come. So you can expect a much shorter guest list, which definitely translates to a cheaper wedding. On the flip side of this, there might be some guests who you really want there who can't afford to make the trip, so you might end up actually paying for their trip so that you can make sure that they attend your wedding. So some of these costs will just end up kind of offsetting each other, and it will still end up costing you about the same. So I can't really give you like a number as to how much a destination wedding costs because it's just so different. Depending on where you get married, the time of year, and everything. But there is a broad range of prices available. So whatever budget you have, I'm sure that you can find something that will work for you, whether you do decide to have a destination wedding or do it locally. Let's talk about some other really important factors in deciding whether a destination wedding is right for you. The next factor is guest list. If you want everybody and their brother to attend your wedding, and you expect them to do so, do not have a destination wedding. You have to remember, if you're having a destination wedding, you're basically asking your guests to pay for a vacation to attend your wedding. It's going to be a lot more expensive for them than maybe something locally. Also, you have to remember, you're asking them to take extra time off work because usually people aren't gonna want to spend the money to go somewhere like to a destination without it being a little bit more of a vacation. So you're asking them to take extra time off work, to probably pay a lot more in like the resort and everything. So basically a lot of people might just be using their yearly vacation for your wedding. So this may or may not be worth it to them. Usually you can count on like your super close family and friends to make the trip, but for the most part, it is going to eliminate most of your guest list if you decide to do a destination. And you have to be okay with that. Do not guilt trip people into coming and spending all their money on your wedding. I've seen a lot of brides do that, and it's just not enjoyable for anyone. So that being said, if you have a huge guest list that you feel obligated to invite, but you're actually wanting something small and intimate, then a destination wedding is perfect for you, because then you can invite all these people and they're not gonna come. A little wedding planner trick for you there. People who are not super close to you or who just don't have the money just aren't gonna make the trip. But this is actually why I love destination weddings. They are so much more of like an intimate experience with your family and friends than your regular local wedding will be. I'm going to do an entire video on how to host the best possible destination wedding. So be sure that you're subscribed so you don't miss that. And let's go into the third factor that is extremely important to consider if you are deciding whether to have a destination wedding. This factor is simplicity. If you are someone who is obsessed with the details and you want custom everything, a destination wedding is not for you. Usually you're going to just pick from a package that a resort offers. And they're usually just pretty basic, straightforward weddings. When you're having a destination wedding, it's not really about the personalized decor. It's more about the experience and the time you're spending together at the destination. It's not going to be about like the flowers and the centerpieces and the favors and all that stuff. There's just not much customization going on, especially if there's like a language barrier. You do not want to be trying to describe exact details exactly the way that you need to have them. If you're a super picky bride, trying to describe that to somebody who doesn't even speak the same language as you. Don't stress yourself out. If you want things a certain way, then I suggest just doing it locally. It will make your life a lot easier. However, if you are a bride who is dreading all of those little details, then a destination wedding is perfect for you, because for the most part, a lot of your planning is done by the resort. You kind of just like pick the resort, get a dress, invite some people, go and have a nice time. So look deep within and decide what kind of bride you want. If you are a control freak, but you want a lesson in letting go, then a destination wedding is perfect for you. But yeah, if you just are looking for something a little bit more intimate and simple, then a destination wedding is perfect. You can also end up saving a little bit of money because you're kind of transferring the costs over to your guests. But keep in mind that you will be needing to pay for a bunch of other costs that you wouldn't typically have if you were having something locally. I hope this video was helpful in deciding if you are going to have a destination wedding or not. If it was, please give it a thumbs up and let me know. If you are having a destination wedding or you're thinking about it, you can also comment below and share your ideas. I love to read through those, and I know other brides like to hear about that as well. Also, be sure that you share this video with other brides in your life who might be having trouble with the same decision as well. I have a lot more destination wedding themed videos coming up, so be sure that you are subscribed for that. I also do new wedding planning content every single Wednesday, so be sure that you're subscribed and your bell notification is turned on so you don't miss any of those. Happy planning, and we'll see you next time.